Gods and Mortals, a love story that never gets old. Hey there, mortals and immortals alike. Welcome back to the channel where we bring you new stories from mythology every week. Now, most of you know about the affair between Zeus and the Trojan prince Paris. But what about his sister, the beautiful yet vain and arrogant Helen? Well, today we're going to tell you all about it. Our story begins with the goddess Aphrodite frolicking around the halls of Olympus, bored out of her mind. Being the goddess of love and beauty was all well and good, but she had never experienced love herself. Oh, how she yearned for the affection of a mortal man. One day, while gazing down at the humans, she saw the handsome Trojan prince Anchises, and she was smitten. Now, Anchises was a normal guy, really, except for the fact that his father was King Apollo. But since gods could only have children with mortals if they took on a human form, Aphrodite disguised herself as a simple mortal woman and went down to Troy to find him. Now, when she got there, she didn't just barge into Anchises' house like the other gods. No, she went to the local smith and asked him to make her a beautiful cloak and a veil, so that she could cover up her godly features. And then she went to a nearby farm and hid in a field of grain. Then she waited for Anchises to pass by, and when he did, she stepped out of the stalks and revealed herself to be the goddess Aphrodite. Naturally, Anchises was scared out of his wits when he saw a goddess standing in front of him, but Aphrodite was quick to put his mind at ease. She told him not to worry, that she wasn't there to harm him, but rather to bestow a great honor upon him.
See,
she said, I've been watching you, and I think you're a pretty great guy. So I want to have your baby, and not just any baby, mind you, but a son who will be the father of the Roman Empire. When Anchises was honored beyond measure, couldn't believe that the goddess of love herself had chosen him to be her lover, so he agreed to her proposal. Now I know what you're thinking. Why didn't Anchises recognize her as a god? Well, the truth is that mortals couldn't see the true forms of the gods, unless the gods choose to reveal themselves. And Aphrodite didn't want to do that just yet. Anyway, soon after their tryst, Aphrodite revealed to Anchises that she was pregnant with his child, and that he was about to become a father. Of course, Anchises was overjoyed. He couldn't wait to hold his son in his arms, and when the baby was born, he named him Aeneas. Now Aeneas grew up to be a fine young man, strong and brave and destined for greatness. But his mother kept him hidden away in a cave, fearing that the other gods would try to take him away from her. However, when the time came for Aeneas to leave the cave and live among the other Trojans, Aphrodite had to reveal her true form once more. This time, she didn't bother with the cloak and veil. Instead, she just stood before Aeneas in all of her glory. And she told him that it was time for him to go out into the world and make a name for himself. She gave him a golden bow that would protect him from harm and told him to follow the river goddess to the city of Troy. And so, with a heavy heart, Aphrodite left her son behind and returned to Olympus, taking on her true form once more. Aeneas went on to become one of the central figures in Roman mythology, the ancestor of Romulus and Remus, the founders of Rome, through his son Ascanius. The bloodline of Aphrodite continued on the mortal plane, forever entwined with the fate of the Roman Empire. And that, dear friends, is the story of Aphrodite and Anchises. A love story, yes, but also a story about destiny, both divine and mortal. And remember, the gods are just as lonely as we are. Thank you for watching, everyone. Hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more. Also, if you have a request, feel free to comment it down below. We're always looking for new ideas. Till next time, stay safe, and remember John shot first.